Hi, everyone. This is Jessica Piro with Crisis Services, and we're bringing you another edition of our behind the scenes at Crisis Services during the COVID-19 pandemic. And I'm excited to have with me Haylee. Haylee is one of our hotline counselors in our crisis counseling program who is answering the calls every day for our community. So, Haylee, thank you so much for spending some time with me today.
Oh, you're so welcome. I'm more than happy to.
So it is really the department that you serve in is really the gateway. The hotline is the gateway into our organization and into our services. How have you and your team adapted to the changes we've had to make operationally for the safety and well-being while also keeping our services going?
Well, to be honest, I'm actually really surprised that we've adapted very well to these changes. Of course, there's going to be a little bit of adjustment, but, we've really been able to kind of hunker down and, take charge of this and, kind of work to making sure we're cleaning our spaces regularly, making sure we're all spread out. We've done a little rearranging to where we're seated right now throughout the building, but we're still able to operate and keep each other safe so we can provide those services continually for the community.
Yeah, I think one of our priorities was really trying to figure out how to get those that we could get out remotely so we could spread out the hotline team into your, open spaces and individual stations a little bit more to protect all of you because you are still responding on site. So you guys have been great adapting to all of that in the quick period of time when we first got going. So what types of needs are you seeing from our callers at this time since the COVID-19 pandemic started?
Well, to be honest, the main concern that I feel like I've been consistently seeing from clients and callers is, that they're seeking that comfort within this time period of unknown. This is a very unprecedented time, where a lot of people's stability now has just been kind of the rug has been taken out from underneath of them. Whether it's job security, their new normal has been kind of halted, going to work, their daily schedules, going to pick up the kids from school, their regular coping skills that they do out with their family have now been halted. So, trying to figure out, how to adjust to all of that and the impact that that's had on them and their mental well-being, is definitely a very common thing that I've seen.
Absolutely. I know when you're faced with a crisis, your creativity gets very limited. So especially for people who might not have had a loss before or a trauma before, they might not have had that familiar feeling of like what I need to do right now, how I need to respond to this. So I think, we are seeing and encouraging our community to use all of you as the hotline counselors and experts in this work to give ideas and suggestions and coping ideas through all of this, because it is a time of a lot of creativity is needed to survive through everything that's going on. Our mental health and our well-being is so important during this stressful time, as you mentioned. What are some tips that you have been providing to our callers to kind of help them think of different ways to cope or new ways of managing their day-to-day?
Well, my main suggestion I've been giving to a lot of people, especially because their lack of ability to go out and do things that they may have usually done, has been limited. When it comes down to coping skills, because not every coping skill works for every person. There's one thing that might be phenomenal for one person is life-saving, and another person it might be triggering. So usually what I'll bring up to people, especially during a time like this, is to come up with something that is easy to do and is obtainable during this time. No matter what that is, whether, can be something as, more involved as getting a project done around the house that you might not have had time to do, to as minute as possibly just making sure you took a shower today. No matter what it is, if that's something that's for you and that works for you, and it's something that you can do right now, not putting pressure on things that you can't at this time, can be really helpful to help give yourself something to help get you through the day.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know in talking with the team through these interviews, we are really encouraging not putting that extra pressure you know, to be so productive or to do all these things. It's really what can you obtain? And I love the way that you worded that, because it's about individualizing this experience, even though it's happening to all of us. How we manage, how we respond does need to be individualized. So that individual care you give to each caller is great. You know, so you've been with the agency just about a year now, right? So what a time to be working at a crisis center during a pandemic. But has this experience changed how you look at your role, or are you seeing anything differently with the work of the agency at this time?
Well, to be honest, when I started this job, you know, about a year ago now, I came into the agency getting a feeling that, you know, everyone here truly cares about what they do, you know, and they want to be here to help people. They want to do their part in any way, all of the departments, you know, working together still as a team, you know, to make sure that they're able to provide those services. And I think going through this crisis, this pandemic, has really reinforced those feelings, because even though, you know, us ourselves are also, you know, facing challenges, you know, in our own ways right now, but we are still able to do what it is that needs to be done, you know, to make sure that we are here for the agency 24 hours to help them through whatever moment they're going through, you know, so that they can get through that moment and be able to be getting that support that they're looking for. And, you know, that's definitely something really rewarding, and one thing that I'm grateful for.
That's great. Awesome. That's great. Yeah, it just reinforces. I mean, we know we're a critical service in the community in our own right, but then to have this on top of it and see that attention and need and support that we're being looked towards to provide is just real. It is rewarding, and it also just reassures and
Enforces.
thank you. Thank you. Reinforces the role that we do play for our community. So great teamwork. Thanks for that. That was I needed that. So is there any other messages or, you know, anything else you'd want to share to the community so that they know, you know, that we're here, or any other suggestions or hope that you'd like to provide?
So we are here. You know, we are still functioning. We are still working at 24 hours. We are operating, and we want to help you. You know, we are here for the community, and we're doing everything that we can to be there for the community, because that's our role, and we are more than happy to do that. You know, no matter what it is that you're going through, you know, this moment forward, we're here to help you get to where you need to be, and we don't plan on leaving, even in a pandemic.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's great. Yes, I know. We were saying, like, we've been open for 51 years, and there isn't a pandemic that's going to change that. And I just want to thank you and all of your teammates for the flexibility and just the patience through this process too, because it is learning all new things for all of us as we're adapting to do what's best for all of you, and the safety of everyone here, but also assuring that we're fulfilling the mission that in our promise to the community. So thank you so much for everything you and your teammates are doing to answer that call every day. So I really appreciate that.
Of course.
So I think what I'm excited about having Haylee here today is so you can see the face to the voices on the other end of our lines here at Crisis Services, and really kind of showing, you know, the staff that we have here who are very committed and determined to make sure that help is provided 24/7. So just a reminder to our community, if you need us, to please call us. Our crisis hotline is 834-3131, and our addiction hotline is 831-7007. So I hope this helped to see the other side of the phone, if you will, and get a chance for you to meet Haylee and the amazing work she provides here every day on behalf of our mission. So thanks again, Haylee. It was so good to see you.
Same to you.